Parashat Matot Masei, playing for the right team. I have noticed something interesting. When football season arrives, people suddenly become experts. Everyone has an opinion about the quarterback, the coach, the referee, and what play should have been called. It is entertaining because, from the comfort of our couches, we are all convinced we could have done better. But every successful football team understands one simple truth. Talent alone is never enough. A team with the greatest players can still lose if every player decides to run his own play. Championships are won when everyone is committed to the same goal. That is one of the messages of Parashat Matot Masei. At the beginning of the parasha, the tribes of Reuben and Gad ask to settle on the eastern side of the Jordan River. At first, it sounds as though they are thinking only about themselves. Moses is deeply concerned. He fears they are abandoning the rest of the Jewish people. But they reassure him, "We will not stay behind. We will cross over with our brothers. We will fight alongside them until every tribe has received its inheritance." Their message is clear. We may live in different places, but we are still one team. But notice, Moses does not simply thank them and move on. He binds them with an oath, and he warns them plainly, "If you do not do this, you have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out." This is not a locker room pep talk. Moses treats their commitment as a sacred vow with real consequences. Unity for him is not team spirit. It is an obligation before heaven. That lesson speaks powerfully to our generation. Today, it is easy to become divided. Politics divides us. Social media divides us. Even within families and communities, people sometimes forget that disagreement does not make someone the enemy. Football teaches us something worth remembering. A team cannot spend all its energy arguing in the huddle. Eventually, everyone has to line up together and move toward the same goal. The Jewish people have always succeeded when we remembered that we wear the same uniform. We may have different opinions, different customs, and different personalities, but we share one covenant, one history, and one destiny. And here's the beautiful part. The Torah does not force Reuben and Gad to give up what they wanted. They are allowed to settle where their hearts led them. The lesson is not that we must all be the same. It is that we may pursue our own portion only after we have helped our brothers reach theirs. We carry each other first, then we go home. As we begin this Shabbat, perhaps we can each ask ourselves, am I helping my team? Am I encouraging someone? Or am I securing my own comfort before others have theirs? Because in the end, our greatest victories are never won by individuals. They are won by communities that remember they are playing for something much greater than themselves. Shabbat Shalom.